I presume you're going to need a little bit more of the same. Newport side that are battling for survival, and of course that pitch isn't brilliant, is it?
No, I mean every game's different in League Two, and whether you're playing top of the league, bottom of the league, you know you're always in for a challenge, and you take every game as it comes. It's an old cliche, but it's very true. You know, and Newport will be very different to Yeovil, and I thought we coped well at Yeovil. You know, I think we competed well, didn't give much away, and we didn't do a lot wonderfully well, but we didn't do anything poorly either, and we were competitive. And I think we need to be the same at Newport. And this time of the year, we're in a good run of results. It bodes well for the second half of the season. It's good for confidence, but you know, we've shown in the last month we've been quite a tight, disciplined team, and I expect and hope and urge the team to be the same again on Saturday at Newport. And you know, whatever comes, whatever they play, however they choose to set up against us, and whatever the pitch brings, or whatever it is, whatever the variables are, we hope to be competitive in the game and giving ourselves a chance.
Do you have to tailor the way you play though? I mean, do you have to say to the defenders, for example, look, let's not take too many chances, the back row Z is not a bad thing on this sort of pitch? Or
yeah, I mean, all those things come into play. When we discuss it, ultimately it's about footballers making good decisions, and you know, having instinct and common sense, and the best footballers tend to make the best decisions, and there will be one or two directions or encouragement given to do certain things, but ultimately, you know, if we play some football and at times choose to do the basics well and just mix our game up, we should give ourselves a chance. So I don't think it's one thing. I think there's again, good players make good decisions more often than not.
I saw Argyle at Newport just before Christmas. I mean, they've got some decent players there, haven't they? Healy, Sheehan, Barnum, Bob. But you know, you look at the table and you think, well, they're a little bit adrift, but they're a decent side.
Well, you know, the League Two results will always throw up, you know, the odd results, and although they're bottom of the league, it's not a big difference between top and bottom. And you know, I'm sure they've had their problems with injuries and unable to have continuity in the team as we have and other teams have done. And but when a team has most of their players fit and able to play with some level of continuity, then there'll be a challenge. And I don't know what they're going to pick or who's available for them, who's fit, but they've got some good players, and then we know Scott Bennett and one or two others. You know, it's not a given at all that we should go and win the game. We have to earn it, and I'd be happy to start again like we did at Yeovil with a competitive mindset and be ready.
You reached the halfway point of the season after Saturday. When you look back at that first half, obviously you've been very unlucky with injuries. Is that almost the key to what you may achieve in the second half of the season, if you can keep the players fit and out on the pitch?
Well, it's a long season, and I'm sure every team will have at some point have their injury woes. We've had ours more than we've had before, especially in our defensive area. And if you consider also Wheeler and Holmes weren't really available for the first 10 games of the season, and Ruben Reid was late to arrive with us, so you know, we played that first 10 games without really much strength about us. So I like to think over the last 10 games we picked up, and we've got as good a chance as anybody in the second half of the season to creep up the league.
You appear to have a few problems down the left side with injuries. What's the latest with Lee Holmes?
He's gone for a scan, and he's going to be out for a while. We're not sure exactly how long, but he won't be back too soon. Twisted ankle ligaments, we're not quite sure the extent of it yet, so that's a shame, a real shame, because him and Woodman were really building a nice sort of working relationship down that left hand side. Craig Woodman was one of the two players on Boxing Day that had a fitness test before the game and had been off injured. Him and Ruben Reid had both been off injured, and we chose to play, or they declared themselves fit, and I played the pair of them. Maybe it wasn't the right thing to do in the end, but so Craig is suffering off the back of the Boxing Day game, having already been injured, a groin strain. So it's a toss of a coin whether he'll be fit for New Year's Eve. And Ruben again, he's getting better slowly, but that left-hand side, Woodman and Holmes will be, every chance they'll be, well, Holmes will be out for a while, and Craig not too long, but I'm not sure about Saturday.
And otherwise, how are you looking injury-wise?
Yeah, well, the sort of the mean average of the fitness levels are creeping back. Troy Archibald-Henville is fit for and available this Saturday for the first time for a while. Piers Sweeney's a week away, 2 weeks away. There aren't too many. Tom McCready's back in training. We haven't got too many long-standing injuries at the moment. Lee Holmes might be the one at the moment that we're looking at, a lengthy layoff. But it's okay. But this particular weekend, we've got one or two issues like anybody really. I think Robbie Simpson back as well. So it's we're on the mend.
3 games in 8 days over Christmas, and then obviously because Wickham are still in the cup, you've got this 12-day break. Has that in a way been useful that you can sort of say to the players, well, let's give it a real push for these 8 days, and then you can have a few days or whatever to recover ahead of?
Yeah, I think there'll be a recovery in terms of the bumps and bruises from the game, but it also would give me plenty of opportunity to work hard those that haven't been playing. So Piers Sweeney, Troy Archibald-Henville, Harley, Tilson, Luke Kroll. There'll be a number of players, Robbie Simpson, who will need some extra work, and it could be a good chance to do that.
We're very close to January now. Any nibbles on any of your players as of yet?
Not that I know of. There's plenty of interest as always, but even if there is interest, it's about being or setting a price that we're happy with. If there was a player who attracts the attention of another club, but it doesn't necessarily mean he'll go. It has to be the right price, but I'm hoping not to lose anybody. I'm hoping to keep everyone together, and Lee Holmes is unfit for a while, and one or two others, it might force my hand to stay put with what we've got, and I'll be more than happy to go into the second half of the season with the same squad. And
as far as rivals are concerned, is there any thoughts on bringing anybody in, or does that depend on whether anybody does go out?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't requested that of the board. In fact, I've said I'd like to keep what I've got. I don't want to make things more difficult by having more players in, and I'm happy with how we're progressing, and players are beginning to find their feet. So I don't think so, unless something drastic happens with injury the next couple of games. I don't think so.
Where do we stand with the keepers? Obviously Bobby hasn't played for a while.
Well, Christie's played quite well, and so.
But when Christie was injured, you brought in James as opposed to Bobby.
Yeah, well, they've all three of them have had a reason for their non-availability in the last month. So it hasn't been, I haven't been chopping and changing for the sake of it. There have been players that have had a bad back or whatever. James Hammond had a bad back 1 week, and it's just chopped and changed. But only through necessity. And at the moment, Christie's in the goals, and James and Bobby are training hard and waiting for their chance. But I would urge you not to read anything into the other selections, because it's a result of circumstances.